Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. As I'm coming from karate, we were having a discussion about traditional martial arts versus MMA. It's funny, I train in both Jiu-Jitsu and karate, and there's a couple MMA fighters that I train with, train IFL and local organizations, and there's always this fight or this type of thing. Traditional martial arts says, oh, well, the cage is brutal and brash and uncouth and undefined. That's what the traditional hardcore martial artist says. And then the MMA guys would say, and gals, say, oh, that's just, nobody's going to hit you with a collar and, and you hit this way and raise, nobody's going to, go Gaydon Barai, and there's a confusion between the two. So for me, who floats in both worlds, let me tell you a little bit what I think. You can't have the octagon without the traditional martial arts, because they were doing the octagon life and death for centuries. Many of the katas and forms was developed in war. It was developed in wartime in dangerous situations, and they use it repeated many, many times. A lot of katas also had weapons. So, like, there's something called Shotokan, which is here, but traditionally it was a weapon in their hand. So, you have to take that for what it is. And traditional martial artists, it's the foundation. Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Indian, Filipino martial arts. These people have been doing this for a very long time. I mean, in secret, actually, and sometimes it wasn't even shared. It was on deathbeds. They took it that serious. So when people knock traditional martial artists, and martial arts, you're talking about centuries of tradition. And usually the Westerners usually have that kind of disrespect. And, somebody say, oh, Taekwondo people won't be able to kick. Well, I know some Taekwondo people right now that trains for the octagon, and I know they'll kick you. They will hit you before you even throw your hands up. I know it for a fact. I know 3 people right now that's fast. Their feet is faster than any boxer that I know. And I know a few boxers, strikers, Muay Thai people. Only thing I would probably say the Muay Thai is even more vicious, because they use everything. But you knock a few places that do it wrong and disrespect. A lot of people do it right. I know in my style, which is Shotokan, I know there are schools that train just for the MMA. Literally, that's all they do. They work on kata some of the time, but most of the time they work on strikes and precision drills. And they also add Jiu-Jitsu into their regiments. So every school is not the same. Now for my traditional martial artists and about MMA. The MMA is the sign to take a little bit of everybody and make it work when it counts. That's the truth. They take a little bit of karate, a little bit of boxing, a little bit of Filipino martial arts, some trapping, some Wing Chun, Muay Thai kicks, plum grabs, different strikes, Judo. You definitely can't disrespect Judo. There's so many things. Our belt system comes from Judo. So Judo has, amazing qualities. So that's a traditional martial art. You got to understand that. For my MMA people, it's designed for what it is. It's designed for the cage. If that's all you doing is fighting for a cage, then you're gonna fight. Train for fighting for the cage. If you train for martial traditional, we still training. We still training to fight, but it's not the same. There's no rules in real life. If I open hand and grab the side of your head, and my hand go into your throat, in MMA, that's a disqualification. Or I elbow you in the back of your head, that's a no-no. Even maybe in pride, you can do that, or the stump kick, you can't do that. But in traditional martial arts, everything is a weapon. Everything is legal. You fighting for life and death. And for many traditional martial artists, it was literally life and death. They either fight or get conquered, So, MMA, my MMA people, I wish they were a little bit more humble and understand that because you focus on just the fight combat doesn't make you a great fighter. You may fight in a cage, doesn't mean you know how to throw a proper punch, a proper jab or a proper kick. I have trained, a couple years ago, I did a little bit of MMA, and I won a mini tournament using traditional martial artists. And the funny thing was, they were so frustrated because they were trying to do stuff, and I was countering everything they doing. Not that I'm faster, quicker, and better. It's just that I train for the fundamentals. Instead of throwing the hardest punch and thinking that you gotta lift a lot of weights to have a strong right hook, also having good kinetics and good foundation and good torque of your body and good breath energy is a big factor into martial arts. It is a big factor. So don't knock traditional martial arts. Some stuff traditional martial arts need to be get rid of. I think some traditional martial arts kind of get stuck in tradition and not involved with the time. That's the one knock I would say about traditional martial arts. Sometimes they so used to doing one kick one way, they don't think it is a better way of doing it. The philosophy is, well, this is how it was taught to me, and then his sensei or Masayama may talk to them, or the Hashi may talk to them. You have to evolve and change. That's the thing I think MMA has done better. They see what works and what doesn't work in the cage, and then they train and try things that work. And that's good. They evolved. So each side got plus and minuses. I'm always going to be more for traditional because that's my foundation. with also Jiu-Jitsu, which is a very part of my life, and Kenpo, which I still practice and do, and Aikido, and now I'm adding Judo. I'm working with my teacher to teach me Judo throws, so I can, add that to my repertoire, and Otoshi, and different ways to take people down. For me, it's always room to learn from everybody. Everybody got a key to the puzzle, and something that they do that's good that we can learn from that style and add it to what you're doing and make it better. So that's just my 2 cents. Take it for what it is. Have a great one.